generally speaking, there's like observations and conversations. So you're triangulating your data. Your conversations and your observations are far more richer. Like they're such rich sources of data that you almost don't need, I don't want to say you don't need pen and paper, but the pen and paper is almost secondary. In terms of like what you need for pen and paper, you only need kids to demonstrate, you know, a concept. So let's say double digit addition. They only need to get 4 questions right. That's basically what Steve Lywan says, because after that, your data gets saturated. So 4 allows you to see consistency. And then after that, your data is saturated and you're kind of wasting your time. So, but you'll often see in math that teachers just overload pen and paper, and they'll have a quiz that has 20 of the same questions, which is unnecessary. So in math too, and like I've thrown out this phrase before, like earlier, there's what's called procedural fluency, and then there's what's called conceptual understanding. And so pen and paper tasks, they're really looking at procedural fluency. So procedural fluency is just like, are they following the steps or the algorithm or the formula, right? Whereas I want to know about their conceptual understanding. So when they're adding 2-digit numbers, and let's say in the ones column, there's a 7 and a 6, and they put a 1 up here, do they understand that that 1 represents 110? And can they tell me that? And that's what I really want to know. And I don't get that information unless I talk to the kids, right? And so observations and conversations give you richer data than just your pen and paper tasks. So is that kind of what you were looking for there? I do a ton of assessment through observation and conversation. I took all of those rubrics that I referred to earlier, that Good Spirit and Christ the Teacher developed. I took all of them and I turned them into tools to document observations and conversations. And then I just, when the kids are at my desk in small group, I would just track what I'm seeing them do. And then if I were missing something in my data or in my assessment, then I might use some pen and paper tasks. But the more I can do by observation and conversation, the better the understanding I have of where the kids are in terms of their learning and how to move them forward. And then when I see them do something, like, you don't want to take anecdotal notes because that takes way too much time. And if I'm spending all that time writing those notes, I'm not responding to those kids and to their learning. And if I don't respond in the moment, I'm not pushing that learning forward, right? And so then the opportunity to really push those kids and get them to grow is lost. So I want to be able to check off what I'm seeing very quickly and document it very quickly, but I also need to be able to respond in order to move them to where I want to get them.